Okay, natural disasters. Okay, how many of you had natural disasters? You know, one of the things that people said after Iniki, which is a big hurricane that we had in Hawaii, was hit really hard. One of the most wonderful things that happened is that because the electricity was out forever, right? Everybody had to cook everything they had in their freezers and their refrigerators, and they had like huge block parties where everybody ate for days. And it was a really wonderful experience. You know, that, I mean, in tragedy, there was also this wonderful, you know, coming together of the community. Okay, others, raise your hand. You know what, I'm going to get one from every table. Okay, so I'm going to get you, Nick. I'm going to do it in order because I'm getting old, so that way I can remember. All right, advancement for women. Advancement for women. How many of you had that as kind of a theme? Advancement for women. Okay, good. This group.
Promoting empathy and understanding.
Promoting empathy and understanding. Experience that promoted empathy. Oh, lots there. Lots there. Very good. Yes. You want to share? Who's going to share on this table? A common theme. Yes, go ahead. Education. Okay, how many of you had education as one of the, oh, lots there. That's a good one. Okay, here. Building human capital. How many of you had that as a theme? Building human capital. Okay, very good. And back to this table here. Yes?
Promoting communication and collaboration.
Okay, promoting communication and collaboration. How many of you had that as a theme? Ooh, lots on that one. You see how there's some that really resonate with a lot of people. Can I have somebody speak for the people back here? The table is people.
Exposing yourself to other ways of life.
Exposing yourself to other ways of life. Good. Yeah. Exposing yourself to other ways of life. Raise your hand. You're doing it right now. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we can see that there are some themes that, I mean, all of them had multiple people who it resonated with, but some had really a lot of people that it resonated with. All right. So we already got a lot of alignment. All right. Let's go to the vision. All right. We're going to start from the back this time. Give me a theme that two people had, you both had, relative to what the world looked like when it was very peaceful 10 years ago.
Oh, we didn't go there, did we?
Yes.
Well, vision.
Multicultural understanding. How many of you had that? Oh, that's going to be a big one. That's going to be a big one to flatten your head. Okay, this one back here, and then I'll come to you. Back here.
I have a vision of you giving a facilitation to the U.S. House of Representatives.
10 years.
Compromising and solve the problem that they're currently facing now in 10 years.
Thank you. Yes.
Ours was about communication and sharing images across cultures and languages.
Okay. Communication and sharing across cultures and languages. Vision. How many? Okay. Some of you already had it in the first piece, but thank you. Yes.
Yeah, it was sort of about people caring and sharing and people knowing that other people care.
Ooh, that's a really nice additional thing to his thought. People knowing that other people care. Caring and sharing and knowing other people care. Okay, excellent.
That's why we're all here.
Yes. No hunger. How many of you had something like that? No hunger. Okay.
It's all of the above, really.
Okay, stronger communities you see as part of the vision. Stronger communities. How many of you have that? Yes. Okay, excellent. Back here. Yes. No discrimination. No discrimination. How many of you saw that? In terms of this peaceful world. No discrimination. Okay, back here. Somebody can raise their hand who has it yet.
Peaceful and and cooperative communities.
Okay, peaceful
Lovely.
and cooperative communities. How many had that? Peaceful and cooperative communities. Okay, we're going to start back here now. And the changes and transformations, what ones did you have in common with your person that you interviewed? Who wants to raise their hand? In this
Well,
group.
we had,
Yeah.
well, we had with children, and we both felt, love for the children we're working, that we work with all over the world,
Okay.
and, community with them.
Okay, so working and communicating with children. How many have that as a change of transformation that had to occur?
Yes.
Okay, good. This group here? Yes.
I guess education
Yeah.
is another one.
Okay, and it got mentioned before, right? See, one of the things I want you to realize is that some of these themes come up, the same theme comes up in different parts of the question, okay? And different one in another question. And the reason that happens is because we have, it's very interesting the way people process information, yeah? They hear something, and it actually might not resonate with them the first time, or even the second time. But the third time, it really does resonate with them, okay? So that's why we've asked this question, and we get a lot of redundancy, but the redundancy is not a bad thing. What it says is that there is lots of alignment, and that alignment carries through in different contexts. So the first one is the story, the actual story of what you did. The second is where you want to go, and some people have already been there, right? And the third one is what we have to work on. And so the people getting the idea, 10 minutes more? Okay, 10 minutes more, or I'm done? Okay, okay. So, as you can see, I can go on and on. Sandy can tell you that. Okay. So the thing about it is that, that we're trying to make sure that there are many different ways that people get this information, so that the themes become obvious. So that in the second day of the retreat, frequently, what we're doing is we are actually getting into small groups, and people are articulating a vision that they see, and then for the future in a small group initially, because first you started off with your vision, right, with your partner. Then you get into a small group and you articulate it in a small group, and then we pull out the common themes from each of those small groups. And those are the things that really help people then to really determine, well, okay, collectively, these are the elements that are going to be in where we want to be ultimately. And so what are the plans then that we have to make for us to achieve that, okay? So, wait, now, I did this group, right? And I did this one for the changes and transformations. Did I do this one? No, okay. Somebody give me one there, because we still have a little bit of time. Yes? Okay. Environmental responsibility? Respect and nurturing of the environment. How many of you had that? Because that is the theme of this top. Yeah, that's great. This group here, changes and transformations you had in common with your partner. Anybody? You want to see? Go ahead.
Well, we both agreed that there should be no more armed forces.
No armed forces. Okay, anybody have that?
Yeah,
In a peaceful
definitely.
world, no armed forces. Okay, good. Here?
We didn't talk about that specifically, but it's all around it. People learning to acknowledge their own positives, so they can move from there.
Okay, people learning to acknowledge their own strengths and positives. How many had that?
We did, yeah.
You did? Okay. And that back here? Anybody who hasn't spoken yet can please give me one? Yes.
One thing that we acknowledge is like peaceful ways to deal with conflict.
Okay, peaceful ways to deal with conflict.
Yes.
People had that, right? Peaceful ways to deal with conflict. This kind of group here, I should have acknowledged you. You're sort of a group right here. 6 of you or 7. Did you guys come up with, you guys didn't even get there, did you come up with it? Okay. Changes and transformations.
Definitely including more ADR in dispute.
Alternative dispute resolution, that's what it says. Including more of that when you're resolving disputes. Ho'oponopono is an example. How many of you had that? Similar? Okay. And that's this group here. Yes.
Understanding and respect for others' religions.
Understanding and respect for others' religions. How many of you had something like that? Okay, very good. All right, so I wanted to show you then that, now we have the language, right? We have some of those words that have, in terms of the language from those stories, the strengths. We also have parts of the vision that, that resonated with many of us. So, now that's embedded in your brain. So, every time you see an opportunity to promote that in terms of the piece, that's another thing. And then, just the fact that, So I've used this process. I did go up, and once I read the book and I realized AI was the thing I wanted to do, I went up and got trained by David Cooper-Ryder, and in 2007. And David is there. They promote a 3.5-day retreat with all the players in an organization in the room. So they've had, retreats that have had up to 2,000 people. But if you were thinking about doing these peace forums, but doing it using appreciative inquiry around the world, I mean, you can imagine how this could really help to begin people getting to really visualize where we need to go and seeing how they, what they can do to make it happen. So this idea of, creating the reality that we all want to have. Yes? Are we at like 5 minutes now? Pretty soon?
Yes.
Yeah.